Mom, why won't you let me watch the
Dexperience.
Pokemon is a fiery thing, and it makes hearts like ours sing. I called a Ponyta, and now I'm gonna go and race in a race. I have a... What?
Keep going, do the chorus.
Dexperience.
Sorry, you were really off time. I'm sorry. Carry on.
Oh, what?
Carry on. You
Okay.
just go.
I want to hear the chorus.
I am gonna record a podcast with my pals about the Pokemon Flameathlon. It's a Pokemon episode with a flaming Ponyta. A flaming Ponyta. A flame of Ponyta.
Yeah! Hey, Dexters!
Thank you.
Welcome
thank you.
to Dexperience!
Hi.
Hello. What's up, Dexters?
What's the
If you
haps?
couldn't hear
How's your mum?
Dennis's low tones, today we're talking about the flame Pokeathlon.
Flame Pokeathlon.
The Flame Pokemon Athlon.
And you keen-eared Dexters out there might be able to notice that we're missing a certain someone.
Yeah.
Who are we missing?
We're missing the higher
high-pitched
frequencies of the podcast.
Guys! Oh, he's back.
But yeah, Oliver's not here.
Ah.
Oh, such a shame.
He's gone tramping.
He's tramping.
He's tramping around.
He's hopefully he doesn't get into his hand stuck in a boulder or something.
127 hours.
Yeah, that's
Have you guys
long.
seen that movie?
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
the
the
movie.
story of the real life thing, and I was like, I don't want to watch that for an
I
hour.
also read the book. That's very rare for me to actually read a book.
Oh,
I don't-
is it a good book?
It's a good book. Yeah, the movie's better. It's a good book.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
But
Cuts
anyway,
his arm
I
off,
hope
man.
Oliver is doing well.
Yes.
In-
Oliver,
We
don't
wish
cut
you
your
well,
arm.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
He's just tramping.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be back by the time this episode comes out, right?
Surely. Yeah, he's back next week.
Yeah. So
This will
that'll
be
be
out,
good.
what, 4 months?
That'll be good. Yeah. So
Hi,
how-
I'm Harry.
I'm Logan.
and I'm Dennis.
Still doing names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we all doing? Because we haven't recorded in a while, actually.
Yeah, we've had a big break. We've all
Yeah.
been super busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did the one 2 weeks ago without
Yeah.
Harry and Oliver.
That's true. I'm currently near the end of an internship I'm working on,
Yeah.
which is going
And that
awesome. I don't
seems
think I'm
fun.
at liberty to. I'm allowed to really talk about what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
But
But it's
that's
going
fine.
well.
It's going awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a really
Awesome.
good time.
And me and Harriet Logan, we've just been busy with not Dexperience, Stu Productions rehearsals, and that's going well.
Yeah.
By the time this podcast comes out, I'm pretty sure we can announce that we're doing a show. It's called Table.
Table.
Yeah.
Yay!
And also Harry, your
yeah,
show.
I'm also doing a show as well in my new theatre company, the Tiny Dinosaur Company. Also for Fringe Festival, we're doing a show called You Meet in a Tavern, a show inspired by the wonderful game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Awesome.
It's a
where
one-night
just-
only
It's
show
a
as
one night only show where it's just a big piss take out of a hero's journey.
Oh, and I guess we should give a shout out to Oliver because he's in a production company.
One-way ticket to Mars.
Yes, by Deliriously Driven Productions.
So shout outs for you, Oliver.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
also, by now, we can announce that we're also doing for the podcast.
The
we're
Dexperience show.
live.
Live.
Yeah,
I
There
think
we go.
we've already announced that.
I think we have. I
We
think
have.
talked
but we
about
didn't
were
say it was for Fringe. I
No.
we
think.
have, and I think we should
Yes.
just keep mentioning it because
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah,
At
Kirkland,
J&M's
listen.
fast food
Yes.
in March.
Yeah.
So
So
come
if,
on.
if you're in Wellington on the 20th of March and want to see us talk about, probably argue about the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo
Strikes
Back. Yeah.
No, that's the remake, isn't it?
No, Mewtwo Returns is the remake. Because
Ah.
the
Wait,
thing is,
but
he strikes back
It sounds
in the
like
movie.
Strikes
Yeah.
Back
Strikes
in the
Back
first
sounds like
movie.
a sequel.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
I love that movie. I'm so
It's I
excited.
Choose
good.
You, not the first movie.
No,
No,
that's
I
a
Choose You
remake.
came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's a remake of the
It's
first
like
season.
it's a
yeah.
remake of the whole first season.
We could
pretty
probably do that at some
So
point.
it's just a movie though.
much. Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
So you
It'll
can
be
just
a
watch.
special.
You can just watch a movie
Well,
instead
it
of
misses
the
a
whole
lot of
series.
important
Some of
things.
them
Oh,
do
okay.
like have characters from the series,
Yeah.
like companions of that particular series.
Mm.
So we could just watch
Does
them
I
out of
Choose
order
You just have
as well.
Brock and Misty though?
I don't think they're
no,
actually in it.
actually, they
They're
wrote
not
them
in it.
out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a controversial decision. They had
There's
like
a lot
these.
of controversial things about that movie.
Yeah, they had like
Big
movie
one
original
right at the end.
characters.
But we'll
that's
savor that
crazy.
for a special to watch.
I'm like
Yeah.
so excited to be talking about this episode.
Yeah, it's
because
a really
like,
good one, eh?
This like
It is a good one.
it gave me so much like imagination as a kid, and like I'm pretty sure it inspired at least two like aspects of the games in terms of like, well, there's Pokemon Dash,
Oh, the terrible racing game.
Yeah, the terrible DS game.
Ah.
And the Pokeathlon in Hot Gold Soul Silver, which I
yeah.
think maybe was a
I
little
think a
bit
very
inspired.
underrated little side thing from that game.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the Pokeathlon.
It was fun. It was fun, and it was like fun
No clue
seeing
what
people
game.
like trying to do stuff like using
Like Hot Gold Soul
each
Silver.
each Pokemon had like their own stats, like how high they could jump and how fast they could run and stuff. So if you have Magikarp, he's like 1 star in all categories.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, it's good.
But so let's see. What are we doing for a game today?
We're gonna for this game, since this is the Pokeathlon, we're gonna kind of relate this towards the Olympics. So Logan and I have come up with 5 main sports / categories from the Olympics, and we're gonna give our pick for what we think is the best Pokemon.
We're all
that
going to say our
category
first one.
and argue why.
Yeah.
So
What's the
our
first
first category is wrestling. One of the original.
So we
Olympic
pick one
games.
Pokemon, or
Okay, so which Pokemon? If you this is Team Dennis, Team Harry, Team
Yeah.
Logan.
Yeah.
Who's winning the gold medal? Okay,
okay?
in wrestling.
and wrestling.
Sick.
I've got one.
Okay.
Can we like double? What if we double up?
No, I've got one. Oh well, then if we double up, then that's probably probably going to win gold.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay.
Dennis, you go first.
Hariyama.
Lucha.
I was going to go Machamp.
There we go. Let's argue
Oh,
why.
is that the big boy?
Metchamp.
I think Machamp with the 4 arms.
Yeah.
Machamp's.
Machamp.
Yeah.
I'm going with that guy.
So Logan's got Machamp. Dennis says Hariyama, and I have Lucha.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Lucha is like in the lightweight class, right?
Yeah,
Luchador.
definitely.
It's a different type of wrestling.
Yeah. But
Yeah, well,
like,
okay. Well, then you lose the Olympic
You
Well,
wrestling.
no,
lose,
because
yeah.
the way they do wrestling is that they do it through weight classes.
yeah, but like if,
So-
if we're saying
But these guys are
Lucha,
all versing-
Metchoke, and
No, because that's not how it
Hariyama.
is. They have their own weight. It's like boxing and everything like
Yeah,
that.
but
They have
and
weight
this,
classes.
but the Pokemon would all be put in the
It's
same class.
theoretical.
Yeah.
Well, speed will outweigh weight.
I don't know about that.
Machamp
think
has
so.
4 arms, Harry.
Yeah.
Lucha has wings, Logan.
Lucha does have the flying type.
Exactly
But
that.
it is more frail, so
Why Hariyama? It's very slow.
But
Hariyama.
if he flies a certain height out of the ring, does that count as a ring out?
Nah, that's only in sumo.
Well, I mean, if you look
It's
at
pins or
Dragon Ball Z,
submissions.
they can just fly all around
Yeah,
like
good
the
point.
Hariyama is
Hariyama.
a sumo wrestler.
a sumo wrestler, a Zumba wrestler.
A Zumba wrestler.
Sumo, yeah, he's
What a
sumo.
crossover I want to see.
Oh, that would be so good. A Pokemon that just fights by doing like knee squats. With, like,
That was funny. I like that.
Okay, who do we think wins?
Lucha. It's gonna be hard. I think we should probably vote for one that's not our own one.
okay.
Okay.
Well, I would choose Metchamp.
Yeah.
Out of those two, I would also choose Machamp.
Okay. And well, then it doesn't really matter.
Well, no,
Yeah,
because
Okay, I'll go. Oh, they'll get silver, I suppose. I'll go. Wait, who did Dennis say?
Hariyama.
What kind of animal is that?
What? Have you
It's
seen
not,
a Hariyama?
It's just a Zumba wrestler.
Do you not know what Hariyama looks like?
Okay.
It's Gen 3. I don't think he's played Gen 3.
I played Gen 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you have played Gen 3?
Yeah. Well, I probably do know what it is. But I'm going to go with the Hawk Pokemon.
Yeah! Ha ha ha.
So I won gold.
Hariyama.
Oh,
That's
that guy.
Hariyama.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's coming. He's getting my vote.
Fuck.
Definitely that guy.
Yeah.
He'll mess anyone up
Nah,
except
that's wrong.
Machamp.
Nah, you're wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
So Machamp wins gold in wrestling.
I feel abused.
And next one is diving.
Diving.
Oh.
Oh.
So, this
man.
is like, you got to do the beautiful dives off the high board.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
So
okay.
it's about style.
It's style points.
style
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one.
I've got one as well.
I got one.
Okay. I'm gonna Google mine because I don't think Logan will know who it is.
Okay.
That's a good
You
call.
want to go first?
I'm going to go first. Mine and go be a bit left field for you guys.
Mhm.
Mine's going to be Pikachu.
What?
Oh.
Pikachu.
I'm
'Cause
intrigued.
Oh.
He would do a beautiful electric shock, jump off the dive board, electric shock the water to make it beautiful and glowing, and then ride those electric waves.
Well, Pikachu does learn surf, so I could see that.
He'd ride the electric waves. He'd surprise everyone.
Interesting.
Everyone would be
Yeah.
like, wow, look at this
Interesting.
electric
It's like a
Pokemon.
contest, a Pokemon
Yeah, there you
contest.
go, see?
This
So
I've kind of gone.
raise the bar for you.
I kind of went safe, and I've gone with a Milotic.
Oh.
Not only
I'm
because
gonna
it's a
look it up.
very beautiful Pokemon in itself, it's just the scales that will reflect in the water as it lands and comes up. It'll be gorgeous. The entry point will be crisp and clean because it's a long serpent. And, you could splash out some fancy ice moves as well to,
Yeah,
to
it's good
make the
looking
water
Pokemon.
go a bit pretty.
Very nice.
Dennis?
Mine is Primarina.
Ooh,
As you can
yeah,
see.
that's a good one.
So
Okay.
she'll dive off, do beautiful flouncy balloon with her bubble things,
Yeah?
bounce from them and just kind of twirl between them. as she kind of just like slowly, gracefully like hits the water.
The one issue I'm seeing with Primarina, because a big scoring point when it comes to diving is the entry point.
Yeah.
And her big flappy tail right at the end has got to interrupt that, along with her hair as well. That's not going to make the diving point, the entry point, very clean. It's going to cause a lot of splashback.
Oh, but then the beauty, I think, will outweigh that.
But Milotic is just as beautiful.
Yeah.
And Pikachu defied expectations.
Well, Pikachu's fucking setting the water on fire with its electric. It's going to kill everybody else that goes after.
No, they'll give it a time to.
How long would it need?
This is the Olympics, Harry.
Okay, well, let's
You're not
vote.
wrong. In Brazil, when the diving in Brazil, the pool turned green and they still carried on diving.
Ew.
Seriously?
Yeah, too much algae. Yeah,
Okay.
crazy, eh?
I'm gonna vote for the one that looked most like a dog. So Dennis's one.
I respect that. I respect
Because it
that.
looks like it looks most like a dog.
Yes.
I shall vote. I will vote for Milotic.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was gonna vote for Pikachu, so it's a tie.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. So we all
We're
lose.
all winners.
We're all winners,
Yeah.
Man.
That's how it works.
Should
in
we
the
just do one
Olympics.
more?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do one more.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Table tennis.
Actually, there was an episode where they played table tennis
Really?
in
Yeah.
the anime.
Okay. So you get table tennis. You got to be fast,
You do.
but you also got to be precise
Yeah,
and deadly.
fast and accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it. I'm ready.
Okay, yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, I'm good as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Klefki.
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 Do what he looks like. Why Klefki?
Well, we'll hear the other two first.
Well-
Okay. Well, because it's a levitating set of keys, and I feel like it'll be
How's it
nimble
gonna
enough.
hold the ping pong
But just use the key.
Does it even
Use
have
its
the
own keys.
But Harry, that's against
It
regulation.
has to hold the paddle.
Why is
There will
that?
be regulation paddles.
The paddle has to
Okay,
hit
well,
the
loop it
floor.
onto the key ring then.
Okay.
I suppose.
And with its prankster ability, it can always go first, so it's
Mm.
quicker and ready to go.
Look at that. Okay, I've got one.
Yeah.
He competed in the wrestling tournament, but he's coming back.
Ah, the forearms.
Machamp,
Yeah.
forearms. He has 4 paddles. What are you gonna do about it?
But that's also against regulation. It's only one paddle.
Well,
But
okay.
I guess you could throw it up and get like
Exactly.
a massive power hit, I suppose.
4 paddles.
Paddles.
It's 4 times the reflexes.
I'm gonna choose Dodrio. So like each beak is holding like a paddle,
Ah.
and so like they can
No, it's
cover
only
it.
one paddle. We've discussed.
Yeah, which
Which
head
beak is holding the paddle?
Which head? Sorrow, joy, or
Or
what is it?
anger. What is this? Inside Out?
I loved how they said that in this
Yeah.
episode.
I think depending on which head you pick, you have my win.
Okay. Anger.
Ah, okay, you got my win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go for the anger head.
Yeah. What was your pick?
Hmm?
What was your pick? Is it the Machamp or the keys?
I struggle to think about how a keyring could like because
Sorry for thinking outside the box. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It was good box thinking
No.
outside of
Man, I hate
box.
this.
I don't want to
Oh, yeah.
play anymore. Let's just
Let's
talk about the.
Let's talk about the episode
Actually,
now.
before we talk about the episode, though,
Yeah.
before Oliver left on his trip, he watched this episode, and he's left us a little message.
He's left us a
So
little
we're gonna
Yeah.
listen to it live right now.
Yeah, we are.
and react to it. Hopefully, he agrees. I think we all enjoyed this episode, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all did.
Yeah. Okay, I'll play it now.
Okay, we'll fill in the airtime.
But yeah, this was the flame.
Hi there, everyone.
Oh.
This is Oliver speaking.
Hi, Oliver.
Obviously
Hi,
from
Oliver.
the Dexperience, and
Obviously.
I'm sorry, but I can't be
You're
there
on the
this
podcast.
week for
Thinks
the
he's
recording.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just chime in with my thoughts on the Flame Pokeathlon
No one else.
episode. Yeah, it's just going to be real quick. Just running over some initial
5
thoughts.
minutes.
Oh, no!
Bring up some pointers for the rest of the boys. To talk
5
about.
minutes.
But yeah,
It's nice to
hope
hear
you
his
guys are doing
voice
well.
again after
Harry,
so long.
Logan, Dennis, listening to this.
Why was I
No.
lost?
Enjoy my voice for the next few minutes.
I don't want to.
So,
Just get my headphones
the
out.
Flame Pokeathlon overall
Yeah.
was a really fun episode,
I
I like to
enjoyed
say.
it. Good.
It was really
Yeah.
cool seeing the Pokemon in a different format in this kind of like race scenario
Amazing race.
that's
Amazing
going on in
race.
the episode.
I watched that.
Like usually I
good
like
show.
to what I enjoy the most is I'm gonna get bullied for just stuttering and stuff.
Yeah.
What I enjoy the most
Oliver.
is kind of building up to battles, and when there's like big climatic battles, I find that really enjoyable.
Oh, he sounds so
But
nervous.
it was kind of nice to see
Aw.
that in the form of a race
He's like,
and
"Do
kind of
so
looking at the different
Yeah.
individual Pokemon and how well they
doing
do.
great,
considering.
Oliver.
Like, for example, Misty riding
Why are
on
we
her
gonna boo you?
Starmie was like really ridiculous because like how does a Starmie move on land? But when it goes into water, it's like shown to be like one of the most effective, which makes sense. And then on that same line of thinking, Electrode, for example, like rolling down the hill.
Oh yeah, I
really
love the
fast.
rolling.
Oh, it's really good.
Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Electrode is one of the fastest Pokemon, has one of the highest speed stats in terms of the video games.
Yeah, in the
So
anime.
it was kind of cool to
That's
see
like
that in
Electro
action,
Trainer.
I guess, like some kind of
the
explanation,
second one?
because he's like completely spherical. So yeah, that aspect of it was really cool. I liked the characters we were introduced to that were like on the ranch. They had these accents,
Home on
which
the
I don't know things about the world, so I can't tell you what kind of accent they were going for. But it was really, I don't know,
was
it
like a
really
Western.
Yeah, like Texan Western.
lightning. Those aren't words, but it was
Lycanroc.
just really nice to listen to, and it was quite funny.
Was it?
They had like a nice twang on them, the accents, so that was really nice.
Oliver likes twang.
He likes a
And
little
kind of
twang.
positioned against Ash and the team that we know so well.
Excuse me.
It was
I
quite
just
nice.
burped.
And yeah, there was the whole Team Rocket, of course. They were working with the main guy, who I can't remember the name of, which is so unprofessional.
It's just
of me.
Mario with a D.
Harry
Dario.
Dennis
His name was
Logan,
Dario.
Say his
Dario.
name. The guy who's on the ranch, who's the bad guy. In
Dario.
3, 2,
Did
1.
you even watch the episode, Oliver?
Dario.
that
Oh,
guy.
he wanted us to say that.
He was
one.
working with Team Rocket, of course, and so he
Team
could
Rocket
kind
were
of
actually
cheat
working
to
for
win the
him.
race.
Surprised
They were
actually knows
helping him
Team
win the
Rocket's
race.
name.
And it was really rude. That wasn't cool. But it was a nice dynamic to see. It was a nice, kind of simple storyline.
Man, his voice
To
is high
see-
pitch, isn't it?
It is.
Team Rocket and him
It's
separately.
quite a
and by the
piercing
end, we
kind
understood
of,
they were-
like
that
a
was
nail
really nice.
through the skull kind of resonance.
And yeah, I don't want this to go on too long. So we had the Tauruses are really cool as well. Seeing all them was kind of nice. That's quite a cool Pokemon Taurus. I don't really think about that.
It's funny
Pokemon
the
a lot.
things that you
But,
miss
it is quite
once they're
interesting,
gone.
actually. Yeah, I don't know. Just it was a really wholesome episode, and yeah, I thought it had some interesting. We got to see some Pokemon shine in ways we haven't seen yet, which I really enjoyed. And of
Are they
course,
the shiny
Ponyta
Pokemon
evolving
in
into
the series? I've
Rapidash.
asked that.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for
At
that
some
to
point,
happen
yes.
throughout the episode, so I felt really satisfied when it did happen. I felt like that was really awesome to see. So yeah, overall, I really liked this episode. And the unsung hero of the week,
Yes,
he
for
did
this
it.
episode is going to have to be Ponyta, actually.
What?
'Cause,
Ponyta's...
They
Ponyta-
shined
Son,
the
if
whole
If you're playing,
time.
Yeah.
But
Fuck all.
We're gonna do our
Pokemon
own at the
game,
end.
don't
Yeah,
fail.
that's ridiculous.
Harry had a good one.
If you don't choose Chimchar,
Did
it's
I?
the only other fire type you're going to get, Ponyta.
Oh, and Diamond and
like
Pearl.
no other fire types in the whole base game of the region.
In Diamond and Pearl, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sinnoh.
not platinum.
So
They had like 3 more.
if you want some fire heat, you got to get that Ponyta. So unsung hero of the week goes to you, Ponyta.
The fuck's fire
Rapidash
heat?
is actually
Fire
quite a good Pokemon. I've never used one myself, but I believe it's quite good competitively. And also,
No.
there's of course a new Galarian form, which is a psychic fairy type, which is quite cool. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Have a good time discussing you guys, and yeah, hope everyone has a good week.
Oh, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Oliver.
Oliver.
Man, I hate that guy.
Okay, that was me ending it there, Dennis, for editing. Just so you know. Cool.
Well, that felt like he was in the room.
Episode, but I'm looking at my notes, so
Okay, I'm
you wanna
just let
pause
it run.
Okay, so
I said I hated
let's
him. and he was
start
in the room.
talking about the Pokeathlon.
Yeah.
But firstly,
Oh. Okay.
well, no, let's go. Let's
No,
do
no,
it.
no.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say thank you, Oliver, and
Oh, yeah,
that was
sure.
really cool. Cool notes, I guess.
Mm.
And,
You're wrong about Ponyta though.
Yeah.
We'll catch most of those notes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the gay episode starts with the gang walking in a forest.
I heard it too. I heard you
the
say
gay
it, the gay.
episode.
The gay starts.
The gang walking in a forest.
That's where the gay started.
And then they see an empty field, and of course, this misc empty field is the safari zone.
Yeah, they think it's a safari zone.
But it's just empty field. Why would that be the safari zone?
Well,
There's not
because-
even an entrance.
Well, like, what, are you expecting the safari zone to be like an African safari
I
or?
was expecting because like in the games you have to walk into a building and then you're in the safari.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're making profit off it.
But he just exactly. They just walked
Unless
out
they
of the
came in like the
forest.
back entrance or like. Well,
Jumped
then you think
over a
it would be like a
fence.
fence or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true.
And then there's a herd of Tauruses.
Tauros.
What's the collective name?
Taurosi.
It's still
Tauri?
Taurus, I think.
Well, the plural.
Taurai.
It's still Taurus. Like the plural, because it's like
Taurus.
a
It's like
Japanese.
fish. Yeah,
Mm.
Taurus.
Well, because it's Japanese, it's still the same as a singular.
Oh,
Like
okay.
all foreign words, if they're if they're pluralized, they're still the same as a singular.
Man, I spent a year learning Japanese and I didn't know that.
Well, it's like if it comes into English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taurus.
Sushi. You don't
Yeah.
say sushis.
Sushis.
Yeah.
Sushi.
Oh, learning a little bit. That's the
look
fun
at
fact
that.
for the day out
Fun
there,
facts
Dexter.
for the day.
So there's some tourists
Ding,
coming,
ding.
charging
Yeah.
at them, and Ash is like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna catch this," and wants to send Pikachu at like 100 tourists.
Yeah, and Pikachu's like, nah, fam, I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah, he brings back the thingy that we haven't seen since like the infamous Sabrina arc.
The what? What
The-
does he bring back?
His sleeping bag. He pretends to
Pikachu
sleep.
goes to sleep.
Oh right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
He hasn't had that
It's a
since
fun
the
gag.
Haunted Tower episode.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then
We see Harry's favorite Pokemon. Well, Charmander gets sent out
Yeah.
as well.
yeah, to go beat them up, and then is Growlithe your favorite?
It's one of my. It's like probably in my top. It's definitely my top 10.
Oh,
I
look at
really
that.
like Growlithe when we get the first sighting of Growlithe in the anime.
He sits on Charmander's
Yeah.
like back.
His dogs are really cute, man, and it's the most dog-like looking Pokemon.
Is it?
Well, you got Yamper, I suppose. It's
And
like-
in the,
For
there's
the
the-
longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For the
time,
longest time.
Oh, again?
Oh,
Whoa.
oh,
Billy Joel's gonna sue
for
us.
the longest. I've been
And then so
waiting
Charmander gets sat on by Growlithe, and they have a flame off.
They have a flame off.
Yeah.
They get the game on.
And then before Ash can send out Squirtle, they're stopped by someone with a twang.
Ms. Laramie.
Is it Laramie? Yeah, it is Laramie.
Yeah,
Is it?
Laramie.
It is Lara
Somebody
Laramie.
with a twang that Oliver doesn't know where it's from.
It's like-
It's like a
she's like-
Texan Western.
Yeah, some
It's-
sort of. southern
Everyone
accent.
kind of talks like a hillbilly.
Yeah, howdy, y'all.
Yeah, howdy, y'all.
It's like Jessie from
Yeah,
Toy
from
Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
And so
There
then
we go.
she comes up and she's like, "Stop!" The Growlithe is defending
The Tauri.
the
Taurus.
Tauruses. The
Yeah,
Taurus.
because they're on a nature reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these, it's the Laramie Nature, the big Pokemon Laramie Nature Reserve. is it?
Yeah.
It's called the Big P.
The Big P.
The big P. That's right.
What classifies as a big Pokemon?
Um,
I guess you want to find a bunch of Mudkips there because they're not big.
well, it's like a big P is like the big Pokemon. Like
Like the area's big,
yeah,
The
right?
Big P.
So-
We all
Oh,
like
like the big Pokemon. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
not,
like
It's not.
there's
big
not a reserve for big Pokemon.
it's like
No,
grand.
that makes
It's like
more
the
sense.
it's like
Reserve for-
grand.
Yeah.
Another word for like a Grand
Yeah.
Prix.
And so
Big P. Yeah.
yeah. So we learn about that, and Laura's riding her.
Lara.
Laura, sorry, is riding her Ponyta,
Yeah.
and it's not burning her.
Yeah,
Ah.
crazy. Yeah.
She exudes like horse girl energy.
She
Oh,
does.
does she just?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then we get the classic, of course, Brock hitting on her.
Brock goes into a southern twang.
He
as
does,
well.
which
Yeah,
is
he
kind
does,
of
which is quite
offensive.
funny. Yeah.
Is that?
What was
Is it
that?
offensive?
Is it offensive if someone like kind of does an imitation of you as they try to like hit up on you?
Don't you do that all the time with me?
Yeah, but
You
like
always attempt
we
a
know
Welsh
it-
accent and it turns out Indian.
Well, yeah, but like it's bad. It's not like I'm actually like legitimately trying
It
to
could just be
do a
that,
good
like,
accent.
kind of. It's a weird thing where, like, when I speak to my parents or my brother on the phone, my Welshness comes out more.
Yeah.
So maybe because he's talking to somebody he's quite interested in. Maybe Brock is actually from here as
Oh,
well. It has
that's
the
a
same
good point.
accent.
It could be like
And it's
he's
just coming out.
there's a
because-
thing-
Maybe
yeah.
this is just the breeder accent.
there's a thing
It's the
called like
breeder accent.
they just talk like that at breeder cons. There's a thing called code switching actually, which is like when you depending on who you talk to, sometimes you kind of talk a little bit differently. Like if
Yeah.
I go back home, I'll talk with a bit more of like an Australian accent.
Well, you said I was doing that when I was
Yeah.
playing a video game with Oliver's older brother.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
friend Seb.
Seb, for like online for like an hour and a bit, and
Your-
apparently when I talked to Dennis after, I was talking completely different.
He was like
Oh, yeah.
talking really macho. He was like, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he was
Yeah,
like,
good
oh
day, mate."
yeah,
Yeah.
I was just playing some Call of Duty with my friend Seb, and I was like, are you okay, Logan?
Yeah,
And
I
he
was like, what?
oh yeah, I'm just tired. That's how you sounded.
Yeah. You know, an hour of zombies takes it
Yeah.
out.
So it happens.
Imagining. Oh yeah.
You're like-
Coming from Logan's mouth.
Yeah, that's why it was so disconcerting. I was like, oh, what's happening? Took me a while to place it.
Get a beer and go watch some rugby with the boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this episode, like a lot happens in this episode, even though it's still like the same runtime.
Yeah.
Like we get introduced to Lara, and then we also find out that Dario, the rival to Lara, has been working with Team Rocket to sabotage the events.
Well, yeah, Lara tells us, after she tells us that no Pokemon can be hurt here and Pokemon are raised naturally and like nicely, we then instantly learn that they also race their Pokemon every single year.
Yeah.
Which, racing animals is becoming more and more like unethical.
Yeah, it's interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Horse racing's always been huge in my family from my dad's side. My granddad had 2 champion horses.
Really?
So many horses die.
Yeah, horses
From
collapse
horse
on the racetrack. They
Oh
waste
my
no
gosh.
time and they shoot them.
Yeah.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
seen it
'cause a
happen
horse-
too many times.
Yeah.
Despite that, I still find horse racing quite enjoyable. You take away the
Have you ever
animal cruelty side and then the gambling side and how it can kind of ruin both animals' lives and humans' lives.
have you ever eaten
it's a good time, otherwise.
But it's a good time otherwise. Yeah.
Harry, have you ever
Big
eaten
horses.
horse?
I have eaten a horse.
I'd eat horse.
I've eaten horse once.
How does it taste?
Gamey, horsey.
Oh yeah.
The-
Because I
Because
remember
they're like musclings.
Yeah.
I remember one time they sold horses like beef in the UK
Yeah.
as lasagna or something. It was a whole thing.
Oh yeah, that
Lasagna.
was this was in a grocery store called Iceland. It was a controversy within the lasagna. There was a bunch of mystery meat. It wasn't just beef.
Garfield.
It was horse and a bunch of other stuff
Oh,
too,
no.
and they couldn't really identify the other stuff.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah.
I feel like, nowadays like horse racing feels a bit like redundant.
Yeah.
Like it feels like, horse racing and greyhound racing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it almost is like, you have so much. You could program computer horses and have them run on like an RNG system or something.
Well, I guess I can see the track you're going on. I can see the track you're going on.
Yeah.
Like we have so many other forms of entertainment now.
Yeah, I
We
think
don't need to go down to the races.
Yeah,
But
I guess it just gets stuck in that tradition. type
exactly. It's
thing.
tradition. It's a day out. Like the Grand National is still one of the biggest days of the year.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I'll-
and-
New Year's Day, isn't it?
I'll bet a $5 every Grand National. You never know. You could win money.
Is that in New Zealand?
No, it's in the UK.
We
yeah.
do have like a horse
but-
race.
Yeah,
and, like,
there's one in
New Year's
Something
Australia
big
as
in-
well.
Yeah, the horse racing's big in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunately it's got quite a dark side that's not really showing that much, but it's enjoyable. You dress
Yeah.
up, you get pissed, and you watch horses run about.
I guess it's
Well,
like
that's basically what they do in this episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
They watch. Well, actually, if these Pokemon that fell over in this episode were anything like
They
the
would've been
horses,
shot, yeah.
there's a lot of dead Pokemon.
Yeah. They
Oh my
been,
God.
Yeah, they would be shot and used for glue. Sorry.
what a
veggies and
dark
vegans.
tinge that we've painted over this episode.
But yeah, we get introduced to Dario, who's a Dodrio trainer.
Dario.
Dodrio, a fast flying type.
We-
It's faster on its feet than it can fly.
We learned something interesting about them as well. Each of their heads, we made this joke earlier in the
Yeah.
game, represent one represents joy, one represents sorrow, and one represents anger. Did you guys know that already?
I did. Yes.
Is it in the
Vaguely.
Pokédex entry?
Yes.
Or?
One of them,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
So it's that's all three separate brains and everything.
I think one of them was like they have 3 separate brains, but they were like pea-sized. They're like really dumb.
So together they're like one small
Like
brain.
ostriches.
Yeah.
Ostri.
But
What's the
that's
collective
where
noun for ostriches?
Ostracized.
ostriches.
The plural, I mean. Yeah.
Ostriches.
Ostracized?
Ostracized ostriches.
They're very mean animals.
I like Dodrio. It has a special place in my heart for some reason.
I had a shiny
Really?
Dodrio in
Yeah.
a leaf green game.
That's fun.
I've never liked them because they've always looked kind of like,
Angry.
angry and kind of.
I thought they
remember
were so
nice.
cool because they learn tree attack, and I just
Try
think
attack. Yeah,
I just think it's so cool because one.
Did you call it tree attack?
you did call
Yeah.
it tree attack. They don't get out a tree. It's try attack because they have 3 heads.
That's a
But
very
then you
different
go
attack.
you go triple, not triple.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's try.
that's the evolution of the word.
Yeah.
If you say tree attack, I thought you meant like they
They
get a
attack
tree.
with a tree. They just uproot a tree and just hurl it at you.
With their 3 beaks.
Yeah.
They kind of like
yeah.
Woody Woodpecker their nose.
In Leaf Green as well. I remember once just doing a playthrough with only a Dodrio.
Real.
Yeah, this is it was like very young. My cousin like kind of manipulated a bit. He was like, "I want a Squirtle. Can you restart your game and I'll give you this high level Doduo?" We're like, "Fuck yeah, okay." Give him a Squirtle, and
What a
then
good trade.
I just played with Dodrio the
Cool.
entire game.
Did
Is
you
your
beat it?
MVP? Didn't you have to like have level restrictions? on
Yes,
it?
the first couple levels, the first couple of jumps are hard.
Yeah, it was
because
loafing
it
around.
wouldn't listen to you and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Have they got rid of that?
And-
No.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's still in the game, but only for traded Pokemon. It's always been
Yeah.
for traded
Yeah.
only.
And like they have the level cap in Sword and Shield, like when you're in the wild area only a
Pokemon you
specific
can
level.
catch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
So
But
yeah, we find out he's working with Team Rocket when they break Lara's arm.
Yeah, because there's like the fair. They go to the fair on that night because Lara says they can stay in the
it's a
thing.
party. Pikachu
And then
gets dressed up.
Dario comes up to them and he's like, oh, Lara, your tortoise are going crazy.
He's not Italian, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
And
please carry
then
on.
she's like, oh no, my Taurus going crazy. And so she runs, and there's like a shining light in there that's making them go crazy.
Yeah.
And then Growlithe calms them down, and then they shine a light in her face, and then Team Rocket, and then she falls off her Ponyta, and she breaks her.
But does the Ponyta
Team Rocket broke a 11-year-old arm.
girl's
Yeah.
arm?
They could have killed her.
So doesn't the Ponyta buck and like kind of kicks her
Yeah,
off?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
pony.
then she lands on him,
But
snaps her
I'm
off.
pretty sure what Team Rocket were doing, they were shining a light, they were reflecting light off Meowth's shiny bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Of his amulet, his
Yeah.
coin.
I think that's what they were
Yeah.
doing, which is pretty cool.
And then, so Ponyta's going a bit crazy, and then Ash manages to calm the Ponyta down.
Yeah.
And that's where Lara is
She
like,
sees
hey,
him.
I
Yeah,
can't
she was
race.
looking at
She's
him
like,
like,
You're the chosen
He's
one.
the one. It's like
chosen-
Neo.
Yeah. It's like, you have proven your worth.
yeah. And then,
he
he manages to
calms her
calm
down, and Lara's like, well, obviously I can't race because I broke my arm. I don't know how she knew that.
Probably could feel it. Have any of you broken any limbs?
I
Yeah.
broke my wrist
Like,
very
Oh,
well
that's right.
known last year.
Do you want to explain how you broke your wrist?
Yeah, sure. So we have this wonderful e-scooter company in Wellington called Flamingo.
actually a local company as well.
Yeah,
Is it a
support-
local company?
support local
I didn't know
business.
that. Support a local business.
Even if they break your wrist.
Even if they break your wrist. This is like
This is a good promo
it
for
was-
them.
it was like-
Sponsored by
Yeah.
Flamingo.
It was like the
Break
first,
your wrist.
It was like the first 2 months they were out. I was going down a really big hill on the scooter. They usually max out at like 25 miles per hour, but I was going faster. And I was on the road, and then a bus was starting coming towards me. And my thinking was, I either get hit by the bus or I'll go up the curb and hurt myself. And I went up the curb, and I went ass of a tea kettle, and then crunched my wrist.
Yeah.
I got up straight away. There was a bunch of people came to me like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" The bus stopped. He was like, "Are you fine?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I stood up, I got the scooter up, and then I put my thumb on the go button, and I was in searing pain.
Oh
I was
no.
like, "Oh,
Didn't you
that's-
ride it all the
that's
way to
not
my
good."
place?
I read it. Yeah, I rode it to your place.
And Oliver's.
It was now my place. I rode it there because I was going to see a show. Going to see a show at
Oh my
Circuit Theatre.
gosh.
So I wrote it to Logan and Oliver's, and I was like, "Guys, I think I broke my wrist." They're like, "Don't go with the show." I was like,
Did you go to
I
the
need to go to the
emergency
show.
room?
I need to go for uni.
He went after.
Oh
yeah,
my
so
gosh.
I sat through the whole show. I slung my arm up in a wrist. It swelled twice the size by the end of the show.
Crikey.
I went to the hospital. About an hour later, I got the scan. I'm like, "Yep, you fractured your wrist." I'm like, "Cool. How'd you do it?" E-scooter. They were
Beautiful.
like, "You're the first one we've had." I'm like, "Champion." There's the story how I broke my wrist last year.
Yeah, I've broken my left arm once.
How would you manage that?
Well, I was playing Prince of Persia, the Sands before Sands
Time?
of Time. Great game. They're actually remastering that out
they
coming
actually?
next year,
Oh,
so I
that's
probably will
exciting.
probably get that on the PS5.
PS5.
And then with garlic bread, we always had garlic bread in our house on Fridays. Friday afternoon, that's when you were allowed a Coke and have some garlic bread.
That's lovely.
Only on Fridays.
Oh, I see.
So Tex called me down, telling me the garlic bread was ready because I was at one end of the house, he was at the other. Tex, my older brother, and then I run down, little fat Logan, and I'm like,
Little adorable
lemon.
Logan, more like.
and then I was like,
Theodore.
he was just pranking me because the dishwasher needed to be done. The garlic bread
He
had
got
only
you.
just gone in the oven, and so I was like, "Oh, you dick!" Punched him in the arm, and then we were had just taken off all of the carpet in our house because we were going to redo it, and then so it was just like hardwood floor, and I'm running up the hallway. I'm like probably wearing socks. Tex pushes me, and instead of landing like on my hands, I landed on my wrist.
Oh.
And broke my arm over garlic bread.
Wait, your wrist or you broke your wrist?
I
or
broke
your
my arm, but I landed like that.
Oh.
I don't know which accident is more stupider. Breaking your wrist over garlic bread or choosing to break your wrist by going up on a curb.
That was like the last time I played Prince of Persia as well.
Sad time.
Did the memory of
No, just because like I think
you
next
you
time
couldn't play it. Right?
it was like because it was close. I think the next like 2 or 3 months later, we got a PlayStation 3. And so,
Oh, there you go. So why would you go back to PS2?
so yeah, just
Have you broken a bone?
I can't say I have. I fell on my nose once. Like I
Ooh.
was standing on the edge of a bath.
oh, that's why.
Excuse me. I was standing on the edge of.
Why are you so nasally, Dennis?
Excuse me. I was standing
Maybe
on.
Oliver broke his nose.
Oh my god.
Oh, you'd have to have like 5 surgeons on that thing, like just like making sure the structure integrity is in place. We love you, Oliver. And yeah, I was standing on the edge of a bath when I was like 6 or something, and then I literally I slipped, and then I went head first onto the tile
Oh my god.
on my nose as well.
One
I
time.
also, sorry. I also broke a toe last year. Early this year,
What,
I stubbed it against my bed and it broke.
Harry?
It was when I was doing fracture. It was
How
It was
ironic.
like, yeah, I did a show called Fracture. It was the week of the show I did it.
Oh my
Ironic.
god!
And then I had to rehearse for 10 2/3 with a broken toe, which is a show, rolling around, slow walking.
That's
I
hilarious.
think the moral
really
of the story
hard.
is that we really need to take better care of ourselves.
Yeah, one
A little
time
bit.
we used to have a pool and like it got really hot in summer, like around the edge, and so we used to play this game. It was like who could stand on the edge the longest, like burning feet, like who would have to jump in the pool first. And we used to do it backwards, so you're backwards against the pool.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it's too hot, so I jumped back, but I didn't jump back far enough. So I slammed my chin against like the
Wait,
side.
you went foot first when you jumped into the pool?
Yeah, because they're burning their feet.
Yeah, so we're having a competition. Like we were like, we were standing here and
Yeah.
the pool's here, so we were facing this way,
They
and
were
you like
facing
you jump
out of the pool.
Yeah, but then why wouldn't you like lean backwards into the pool?
because I was trying to be fun.
Okay.
So it's like you jump.
Why
straight
would you want a
down.
back belly flop? You could just
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
pencil dive.
And then yeah,
What?
so I slammed my chin.
Ouch!
Ah.
Ow!
Okay. I think
Okay.
we've given
Yeah.
our listeners enough second
I got
hand.
more injuries, but we'll save that
cringe.
for another episode, I
Ugh.
guess.
Oh gosh.
What did we get up to in the episode?
Oh yeah, so
She
yeah,
broke
so
her
yeah,
arm.
broke
Broke an arm,
and
yeah.
she was basically like, Ash, you gotta take my place in the race tomorrow.
So then they basically there's a short section where Ash gains the trust of Ponyta.
Yeah.
like a
So
little
every
montage.
time so far, Ash has gone to touch Ponyta, the flames have burnt him. And then there's a quick little like, just trust me, believe in me.
Yeah.
Ash gets on the Ponyta and it's not burning him.
And he gets dragged
Wow,
away though because he's
crazy.
not used
And there's
to
a lesson there about consent, I think.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is.
And so when we
Then-
go to the race, I
It
have
just-
it written down all the Pokemon that people are
Ah,
racing
go
on.
Oh yeah, do it.
Okay, we've got someone
Sandra.
racing on Eradicate, a
That's
giant rat, which is fun.
Terrifying.
There's a Nidorino or Nidorina.
What color was it?
It's like first it starts out purple, but then like later
Oh
on
no way!
it becomes teal.
Yeah, it does. Oh shit, you're right.
So like
Oh,
either
true.
maybe there were 2 or I
There
don't know.
could've been 2.
They just
I don't
miscolored it.
Yeah.
There's a Tauros standard,
Mhm.
a Sandslash, which I just think would be the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah. I said
Uh,
that's a joke. I didn't know it was actually in there.
Yeah, and there's a Voltorb,
No, it's an Electrode.
which is Electrode.
An
Sorry,
Electrode,
yeah,
yeah.
which is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that guy's a champion. We'll get to why in a
I
sec.
feel like
Oliver's
Starmie
reset
that
it.
Yeah.
Misty's riding would be pretty uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it was
Starfish
like-
are bumpy and gross.
I just don't know how that would work because it was
Bumpy.
kind of just hovering. Well, Starmie is like part psychic type,
Yeah.
Mm.
so maybe it was just
Um,
hovering. Of course we have Rhyhorn, a guy racing on a Rhyhorn, which would also come in Pokemon X and Y when your mother is a Rhyhorn.
She's a Rhyhorn racing champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Ah.
pretty neat.
I was, just to get on that a second, I was really hoping in the game that would be
A
a
minigame?
feature like Rhyhorn racing. Like you got to
Yeah.
ride the Rhyhorn in a certain route,
Yeah,
but
and
it's not.
it's mainly
it's not
Go-Go.
racing.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
played that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the French game, right? The
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
French one. Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that
Kalos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Underrated.
And then we've got Onyx, Brock on Onyx,
Mhm.
and of course Misty
Ron-
on Starmie.
Ronix.
And how could we forget the cutest duo ever, Pikachu on Squirtle?
Yeah.
That's who I think like if like cause from the events that happened in this thing, I think if they hadn't the events with Team Rocket didn't happen in this race,
Yeah.
I feel like Pikachu and Squirtle.
Yeah,
could've
I
won.
feel like if it was
Really?
like
they were right up there.
Yeah, if it was like it was just like a fun thing, there wasn't any stakes in it, and it was just like, hey guys, this is an episode we're gonna do a fun Pokeathlon.
Yeah.
Pikachu and Squirtle should have won.
You know, we haven't really had a fun episode like piss take episode since the cancelled beach one.
That's true,
Oh.
actually.
Oh, I suppose like Like a nice. This is kind of like gives me like wacky racers vibes.
Yeah, this is like
Oh,
very
for
wacky
sure.
Jesus.
Like, and what I really appreciate as well, they dedicated like 15 minutes to this race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like thought
Yeah.
the prelude to like the training montage was going to be way longer.
Yeah.
And then like I like wrote some notes on it, and then I turned, I looked at the screen, and it's already like the race is about to be.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you don't want to like because they didn't want to like detract from the main event. I think as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was very happy. Like they could have easily shoved that in within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But,
It also reminds me of the pod racing from episode
Oh. Now
this
Star
is
Wars.
pod
Now
racing.
this-
Pod racing.
Also reminds me of that because like
Are
Team
you an
Rocket,
angel?
Team Rocket are basically like the Tuscan Raiders, like
Oh my God.
interfering with like the
I killed
competition.
them. I killed them all.
Actually, the Mandalorian does a really cool thing with the Tuscan Raiders.
In the
Oh,
new
is that
season.
gonna
I
spoil
I haven't
people?
seen
or-
it.
No,
Yeah.
but like it just like it treats them better.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
there's so much like of that Baby Yoda animatronic on stores right now.
I know it's all
It's
over
so
the place.
cute though. It's really well done.
Yeah,
It is done good.
But
Yeah, so the race starts.
I was expecting a race, not
you
an
were, sorry.
obstacle course.
You were just expecting like a
Like
look
a-
around.
yeah,
well,
race.
it's like a what? There's swimming,
It's a
racing.
yeah,
What's a
it-
triathlon?
Yeah, triathlon.
Yeah.
Cycling. So they what is it like?
Because they
Pond
ran,
hopping.
went up the hill,
This yeah.
swam.
How many? Yeah. Do we know how? No, I don't. I haven't written it down. How many actual like different obstacle
They were
courses?
like, yeah, they
were.
ran, they went up the hill,
They ate the food.
they ate the food, they swam, and they ran again. So there's only 4 different
So it's
events.
a pentathlon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Hmm.
So
So like I've gotten written down like how the race turns out and Team Rocket's machinations.
Go for it.
Do it.
We'll hop
Okay,
in with our
full.
thoughts.
Well, okay. So the first thing that happens is Taurus gets hit by a silver pellet or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and
Jeez.
it distracts it and it rams into an arena that like, and then they start battling. So that's
that would really hurt.
it would hurt.
Because
That
this
would
race
knock
isn't
you-
about
knock
speed,
you
it's
out.
also showing
It's
how well,
Endurance,
and it's also showing how well they've been
versatility.
trained.
Yeah, exactly.
Is like one of the big things. It's
Yeah.
all about the trainers.
And so Dojira's in the lead right now with Squirtle and Pikachu in the rear. And coming up out of nowhere down this hill is the Electro Trainer, just like running on top of this rolling ball.
Yeah, so after the Taurus and the Nidorino, they're going up the hill. Pikachu and Squirtle are really struggling, and there's Ash and Dario out in front, and then it switches to a downhill, and then this Electro is just barreling down
With this
It's-
guy
oh,
running on top
The guy
of it.
is running on top of the
It's
Electro.
amazing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he gets so far ahead that he is the first to fall into one of the pitfalls that Team Rocket had
Sit up.
set up.
I don't think we said so. Team Rocket is working with Dario. We said that, but
Dario.
they're working with him to make sure that Dario wins the race, so then that they can make a working relationship with the family.
Yeah, because if you win the race, you're basically like, and yeah, Laura says you're an honorary Laramie.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
the
like a
Laramie
mafia
families-
kind of
yeah,
situation.
Yeah, and the Laramie family is the big ranch owners, so
It's
they're
the-
separate.
it's
You
the
become
farm
one with the
mafia.
family.
Yeah,
So
yeah, basically.
Ash is like a mafioso now. Because spoiler alert, he wins.
What a surprise!
But
He doesn't win many things. So.
but how he wins
Fuck,
is
you're not
quite
wrong,
interesting.
actually.
And so they're running. Do you think Electrode? I feel like Electrode would have won if he
Oh,
wasn't.
nah, the ocean would have messed him up.
Because couldn't he have floated or
Well,
just
like-
rolled
like
along the
Dash
water?
in The Incredibles. Just,
Oh, good
He
point.
could have
yeah.
just like rolled along.
Yeah, he probably would have. Except, like, was his big electric thing, because he explodes
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
in the
He
hole,
was
does that
exploding.
only happen because he gets put in the hole and it's the shock? Or was it always going to happen?
Well,
Oh.
they have a they're predisposed to exploding. It's like
Yeah.
having a genetic like
So he could have, like,
condition.
who knows?
I feel like as well the trainer would have had to tap out earlier because he's actually physically running.
He would be
on the
exhausted.
Electrode.
He would have had thighs of steel.
Ah, right.
Definitely.
But so Electrode explodes and it takes with it 2 other
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon.
Takes out Ponyta.
Ponyta, Nidoran, and Sandslash. So the Sandslash and Nidorino/Nidorano are out of the race, but Pikachu comes off with a rear with Squirtle and shocks Ash and Ponyta back to life, and they're back to the race.
Shock of
That's
life.
how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. And as they come down to this watery river brook with like some stepping stones,
It's the food first, isn't it?
Nah, it's the water first.
It is the water.
water.
Because
My apologies, it is the water. Yes.
And so we see each each Pokemon like using the most of their unique talents to kind of get across. Like Squirtle and Starmie are like surfing along. Misty just surfing on the Starmie.
And Brock can't make it.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
Brock and Onyx
Brock
see
and
like
Onyx
a
and
Rhyhorn.
the Rhyhorn.
The
have
Rhyhorn
to-
trainer jumps on a stepping stone and it just drops into the ocean.
Yeah, Brock's like,
And we
well,
never
we
see
did
that
good, buddy."
Rhyhorn again.
Oh, it's like Gary's Eradicate. Oh,
Yeah.
it dies.
And,
Area's Eradicate.
In the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, not in the anime.
yeah, in the games he has Eradicate, and then like
You fight
him at Lavender Town,
Yeah, you
and
fight
then he
him at
doesn't have the
the-
Eradicate anymore.
yeah, you
Oh
fight
my
him
god,
at
that's
the
messed up.
Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, which is the graveyard of Pokemon. And the Eradicate's not there, so it's assumed that when you fight him on SSN, you kill his Eradicate, and he's there buried in his Eradicate.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
No wonder Gary hates it.
Theories,
So then they get to the next obstacle where they have to eat a certain amount of food before they can continue racing.
And the Pokemon has to choose which food as well as
Yeah.
part of the thing.
Yeah.
So the trio comes to a plate and they start bickering. The heads start bickering against
Who wants
each
the
other,
first bite?
which is quite fun. It's like really fun.
Lets everyone else catch up.
It's
as
good
well.
slapstick as well.
And
though.
that's
Yeah.
and this is where everyone's kind of catching up, and this is where they get interrupted. There's fog in the security surveillance system, and then we see
Prepare for trouble.
make it double. The
I don't
Team
know.
Rocket show up, and so
Team Rockets, Rocket.
Rockets rockin' Team Rockets, and so they show up and they're trying to. What are they trying to do?
They're trying to get rid of all the other Pokemon to treat. So yeah, I assume Weezing's using smoke, right? to
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like so no one can tell if they've eaten, and also they attack all the
Yeah.
other Pokemon.
Yeah,
So,
so like
like-
the
and-
camera feed is interrupted because of the smoke screen.
So luckily, Ash has two of his Pokemon with him that are participating in the
Yeah,
race.
so
And Misty's there as
Misty
well.
says, well, so Misty's like, Ash, you go ahead, we'll handle this.
Because Dario's
Yeah.
already
Because
gone.
Dario's
ahead, and Ponyta needs to win this for Lyra.
But before that could happen, Weezing comes up and tries to spew like a gas thing at Ponyta, but it hits it back with a fire. It's fire aura, like just expands, right?
And it kind of like powers it up.
yeah, and
like
it
a
heats
fire
it up,
shield.
and then they just explode,
Yeah.
so they can continue the race. I would have liked to see like Misty battling Team Rocket, like fending
Yeah, it
them
would
off.
be nice, though.
But I guess this was like a nice fast way because they've already done so much with the episode pacing wise that they just
Yeah,
need to
that's true.
Yeah.
get them out of the
So,
way.
but Ponyta it's been like supercharged now because it's
Yeah.
running fast and its flame aura is way bigger.
Yeah.
What's its ability? Flash fire?
Oh, that's one of them.
I
Yeah.
wrote Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's like it's like kind of gotten like its third wind almost in this race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
It
fair.
was really cool.
And so it's like coming up the rear, catching up, and it's like going as fast as it can, but it's almost not enough.
Almost,
Mhm.
no.
And then it gets really horny.
It does.
Kind of expecting
Ash-
that from a dentist, but not from a Logan.
Speaking of horny, well, not speaking of that, but I was like, Ash must be because there's no saddle on
There's
Ponyta.
no saddle. That'd be so uncomfortable.
yeah. He'd
Have
be like-
have you guys ever ridden a
I've
horse?
ridden a horse, and
I
even the
haven't.
saddle's uncomfortable.
Yeah, because you're gonna be chafing for
Yeah,
days.
I think
Probably
about that
hurt your
all the time
biscuits,
because like they're always in the same clothes. I think that's when I watched The Walking Dead. They've been in the same clothes for possibly years. They must be chafing like mad.
Well, they probably wash them.
Still,
in the reverse.
Yeah,
yeah, but they get to do that once a week maybe.
yeah, probably
If
not
they're
as
lucky.
much.
Yeah.
So they're coming along, and Rapidash glows in this rainbow
Ponyta.
light.
Ponyta.
Ponyta glows in this rainbow light, and it becomes horny, as you say it,
It
Logan.
grows a horn.
Yeah, and it becomes Rapidash.
It
and
evolves.
and the announcer says that they run at like 160 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
And-
speed in the game. doesn't
And
match that.
they race, and Ponyta catches up, and it wins by literally by just a nose.
It's like
Yeah.
when Lightning McQueen sticks his tongue out.
It's exactly like that.
But I was like, how does because Ash calls it a Rapidash, but
Yeah.
when he first sees the Ponyta, he has to use.
The yes, use
Dexter.
Dexter. Yeah.
So how does he know what the evolution's called, but not
Oh.
what the original one's called?
Probably constraints of like having story, like
Yeah. But
keeping it tight.
Nah, but for fan theories, he just gets off on horses. He's a brony. It's really unfortunate for Lyra that she's not the one to have a Pokemon. She's not the
Evolve.
reason why a Pokemon evolved.
But it evolved. I feel like it evolves because like it's like she's given it the determination.
Yeah, for
Because it was about to win, and then Dario
Yeah.
hit it or
sure.
something.
You hit it again.
Yeah, he like punched it, and so it got hit back, and then it evolved, and it was like boom.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of when jockeys use whips on the horses to get more speed.
That happens in the next episode, actually.
Oh yeah. I've never really liked like how I've always felt like Rapidash needed a little something more to its evolution.
Yeah, I was like, did it evolve? When it because all it did was grow a horn, and the horn's not even a different color.
Yeah.
I get you, but I really like the simplicity as well.
Yeah, I feel like if it had like an extra flame or
Yeah.
It's
I always
well, it does. It grows. The flames grow bigger. It gets more of a mane, and no, you're right. It's
Gets
the exact
erased.
same.
it is just like a
It's just a
beefier
bigger-
horse.
It grows a horn.
Its eyes also changed from like those big dewy Ponyta eyes to like kind of just like more anime-ish eyes, which I was like, that's fine. But I always prefer like Ponyta's eyeballs, like eye design.
you could
Shiny
stare into
Rapidash
the
is
eyes for
beautiful.
longer.
Yeah.
The Galarian forms have a
Yeah.
big
I prefer
distinction.
the Galarian forms.
Yeah, the Galariforms,
It's
they're
much
just
more unicorny and much more fairy.
pretty.
Which makes sense.
I always was surprised that there's still no like winged horse kind of
There
Pokemon.
is no
Pegasus.
Pegasus. Like
Yeah.
that could have been a good Mega Evolution for a Rapidash.
Well,
It's
I
a
would
Pegasus.
Well, if
I
they
would
ever go to
say, like-
Greece or anything, they could
Yeah.
maybe they're saving it for like a Greek
or
island.
or a legendary.
Mm.
I guess a legendary.
Another horse. Well, two other horse Pokemon from the latest games from the Crown Tundra. The Spectria and Glastrier. Two other very kind of just generic horses.
I
but
went
I
for-
love them. I
What
think
did you
they look
guys go for?
awesome.
Fun
I
horses.
went for Spectria.
I got
Same.
Glastrier.
I thought Spectria looked cool.
It looks cooler. Glastrier is a bitch in competitive. A lot of people like to use it. It's really good.
Really, I thought
It has high
Spectria
defense,
was
right?
the
High
one.
defense, high attack, and very slow, which works awesome in Trick Room.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Given a weakness policy, it's an
Yeah,
unstoppable.
because the ice types are generally like well known for being quite
very
good
frail,
defensively,
but it's really good.
like high
But
defensive.
again, yeah, they're two very generic looking horses, but I think they're just enough change to be very interesting.
Hmm.
Like with Spectria, I like how its feet it's missing its ankles.
Like its feet.
I like its feet.
Yeah, we were talking about like wiki feet, and about
wiki
how
feet.
Logan's probably gonna get a wiki feet article because like he shows his feet a lot in these episodes
Get
on
him out,
YouTube.
Logan.
Dennis's bed's right here. It's
Some
just comfy.
it is. So it's incentive for if you want to see Logan's feet, watch the video
Ash
versions
wins the
on YouTube.
Pokeathlon.
Oh, where is it?
Ash wins the Pokeathlon.
He does win the Pokeathlon.
He does. Him and Lara, and Ponyta all standing up there looking very proud.
And Dario tries to like get a pot shot in,
Dario.
but Rapidash like hoofs him away and blasts him
Yeah,
off.
he also gets blasted off. He has
Yeah.
like the same.
I missed the last minute because I had to leave to get here.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
Dario gets blasted, gets his just desserts.
Yeah.
Rapidash gets like a nice, like cool, like banner on them as well.
That's
It's
cool.
quite cool. And then they won, and then she's like, "I think you're gonna be I think you're gonna be a master Pokemon trainer." I think is what she says.
Yeah.
And then she points them in the right direction of the Safari Zone.
Yeah.
Ash has won the same amount of Pokeathlons as he's won gym battles.
I guess
No,
it's-
because he bit
He
the
has 6 badges, but he's only won one
who's?
battle. He
Koga?
won the later. He won Koga. He won Koga.
Yeah, but then he
he
beat.
beat Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah, he beat
Oh, he
Surge.
did beat Surge. Oh, see.
So almost.
I would like your Pokemon card in the mail, please. Just like
Which one?
the
I got
just,
quite a few.
just the main one.
Okay.
My
Lieutenant
bottom
Surge is a boss ass.
my bottom line for this episode
Oh,
is
What are you doing those?
have races, not race wars.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have you got one?
There's some dodgy. This farm like preaches itself as a haven for Pokemon, but you look at their ethics and you're probably going to be shocked.
Don't think about it too much.
Look, we're Happy Nature Reserve. Don't
Yeah.
think about how we race them and push them to their limits.
Gambling is a disease that needs to be treated correctly.
Mm.
Mm.
I actually no, I shouldn't talk about this.
Go on, you mentioned it now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, what?
Don't leave us hanging.
I hooked up with someone a while back, and then I googled them, and
Yeah.
and they had like faked their death because of gambling debt.
They faked their death because of gambling debt?
It was in the news.
Okay, off camera, we have some questions.
But anyway, that was the Dexperience.
What a
should
way
we
to
give our
finish.
final thoughts?
Yeah.
I agree with all of it. It was like a fun.
I forgot what he said.
He just said it was like a fun episode.
Yeah.
Like it's very fun. I liked how like there was a lot of different Pokemon. They just chucked them all in. Because when we first got there, I thought it was the Safari Zone. It felt like the nice Safari Zone. I like how it was like a big ranch. Like how I saw lots of different Pokemon. I like Growlithe. It was quite fun.
Yeah, Growlithe's cute.
I like how Team Rocket committed child abuse. That was quite funny. I didn't realize until like almost to the end of the episode that that's actually what they did. Was they broke a kid's arm
They broke a child's arm.
just for money.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was like probably like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, do I enjoy Pokemon after watching like
What? You had like an
yeah?
existential
I was like,
crisis?
what, we're close to 40 episodes in now.
Shit.
Well, what is the answer?
Yeah, I was like, after this, I was like, yes, I do. Because
Good.
like sometimes you watch like some, and I'm just watching them, I'm just like,
There are some bad ones, eh?
and you just
Yeah,
go, like
yeah.
we had those 2 ones in a row like
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago where it was just
Yeah.
the episodes were not that great, especially when you have to like watch. Especially when I'm taking notes on them, I'm just like, oh.
Imagine how disappointed I was being a kid. I have to wait a full week.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah, for
sort
like
of,
another crappy episode.
like 3 shit episodes in a
Yeah.
row. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun this episode, and the one that we watched next was also very fun.
Yeah, it's a good one. This is one that's always stood out to me. I think it is because of the horse racing blood in my family. Nay, but it's
You're a
yeah,
horse
it's just
boy?
it's a easy, silly, fun episode with not much stakes other than a kid getting their arm broke. It's enjoyable. We see a lot more new Pokemon, which is always nice for fresh eyes. What else can I say that hasn't already been said? I enjoyed it. I want more like this, please.
Please,
Yeah.
sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I really loved how everyone was racing and having fun, and it was just like the unique traits of all the Pokemon were kind of put on display, which I loved. I really loved how everyone was just like going for it, and we had the fun story about a Ponyta trying to run and have a good race.
And it did.
Yeah.
It ran.
Yeah,
It ran. It sure ran. Well, hey gang.
that was
That was the Flamin' Pokathlon. Join us for the next one, which I will say is the Kangaskhan Kid.
the Kangaskhan Kid.
But-
Yeah,
That's the next episode, but because the other one's going to be released as a
giving you a
special.
Christmas special
We
for
are-
our next
yes,
episode
we are,
called
yes.
The
Holiday
Holiday
Hijinks.
Yes, one of that infamous episode.
So if you have any questions for us, if you just want to get in touch, email us at the Dexperiencepodcast@gmail.com. That is the
Dexperience
Dexperiencepodcast@gmail.com. The is included in
it
the
is
email.
included.
Long email address.
It is very long email.
Maybe we should change it.
Yeah, we-
I don't know. We'll see.
And so if you're listening during the day, I hope you have the good rest of your day. And if you're listening in the evening,
Have a good night. Should we wave with our feet?
Yeah.
No, I got
Bye. You're not in shot.
help me.
Bye.
Help, please.
Okay. I better see an article of myself on WikiFeet. Thank you.
You should just make one under an anonymous.
Yeah, I should.
Under your fake death name. What
Oliver.
the fuck is that, Dennis?
Oliver, why are you putting feet on Dexperience? Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes too.
Dexperience.
Did you go?
Dexperience. If you're watching during the day, have a good day.
Dexperience.
Have a good night.
Dexperience.
Live your dreams.
Dexperience.
Everything you could want.
Dexperience.
Everything that you need.
Dexperience.